All right, let's talk about the art of advanced document design. Today, we are going to completely transform your documents, taking them from just, simple text on a page and turning them into something that looks truly professional and, frankly, impressive. Let's get right into it. So, have you ever been in this spot? You pour hours into your report, a proposal, maybe your resume, and you look at the final thing and just think, something's off. It just looks a bit messy, maybe a little chaotic, and it just doesn't scream professional. Believe me, it's a super common feeling, and today we're gonna fix that for good. Just take a look at this. The before on the left, we've all been there, right? The fonts are all over the place, the spacing is kind of weird, it's just hard on the eyes. But then you look at the after on the right. It's clean, it's structured, and it actually makes you want to read it. Now, this isn't some kind of design magic. It's just a few really powerful techniques that we're about to break down. Okay, our first stop, and honestly the most important one, is styles. Seriously, if you only take one thing away from this whole explainer, make it this. You can think of styles as your absolute secret weapon for getting total consistency and effortless control over your entire document. So what even are styles? Well, they're basically a saved set of formatting rules. Imagine you create a little rule book for all your main headings. You decide, okay, all my headings are gonna be Arial, 16-point, bold, with a little bit of extra space after them. You save that set of rules as a style. From then on, all it takes is one click to apply that entire rulebook to any heading you want. And here's the best part. Getting started is so simple. It's really just 3 steps. First, you define your style. You decide what you want it to look like. Second, you just select the text you want to change. And third, you apply that style with a single click. Boom, that's it. You can say goodbye to manually changing every single heading one by one. And this right here says it all. Think of styles as the DNA of your document. This is where the real magic happens. Let's say you decide halfway through that you want all your headings to be blue instead of black. You don't have to hunt them all down. Nope. You just edit the style's DNA and bam! Every single heading in your document updates instantly. It is a massive time saver. So now that our text is under control, let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture, the page itself. The layout is your document's blueprint. It's the architecture that holds everything together and, really importantly, guides your reader's eye exactly where you want it to go. And of course, the right blueprint totally depends on what you're building. As you can see right here, a formal business report, that's gonna look best with standard 1-inch margins and a single column. It's clean and easy to read. But something like a newsletter, you can totally go with narrower margins and, say, 2 or 3 columns to give it more of a dynamic, magazine-style feel. The point is, your layout choices should always support the document's purpose. Really, this all boils down to a few key principles. First, you've got to learn to love white space. It's not empty space, it's breathing room that makes everything less cluttered. Next, consistent margins are your best friend. They create a clean, professional frame around all your content. And finally, you use all of this intentionally to guide the reader through the page. All right, we've got our text looking sharp with styles, and our page is beautifully structured with a solid layout. Now it's time for the professional polish. These are those little finishing touches that really make all the difference. I am talking, of course, about headers and footers. That little bit of space at the very top and bottom of each page, that is prime real estate. It is the perfect place for things like automatic page numbers, the title of the document, or maybe a date. It's a small detail, for sure, but it sends a huge signal of care and professionalism. Okay, let's pull all these pieces together. We've talked about styles for consistency, layout for structure, and those little details for the professional polish. Now let's see exactly how they all combine to create that amazing transformation we looked at right at the start. So we're back here looking at our before and after, but now when you look at that after document, you can actually see what's happening. Those headings are perfectly consistent, right? That's because they're all using one heading one style. The page has these clean, generous margins, lots of white space. That's our layout at work. And, oh, look at the bottom. A nice, clean page number right there in the footer. It's not chaos anymore, it's pure clarity. So here is your game plan. First, master styles. It is your absolute key to being consistent and super efficient. Second, design your layout for clarity and readability. Think about your reader. And third, add those small but powerful details, like headers and footers, to really seal the deal on professionalism. Because at the end of the day, a well-designed document does so much more than just give people information. It tells a story about you, about your professionalism, about your attention to detail. It shows that you care. So, with all these tools in your pocket now, the real question is, what story will your next document tell?